Take a deep breath. Have you ever felt like your body is carrying a weight it never agreed to hold? Not grief, not stress, but something quieter, something invisible. Like the echo of polluted air, the memory of contaminated water, the silent residue of a world that moves too fast to clean up after itself. What if a tiny green sphere, no larger than a speck of dust, held the key to lightness? In the next 15 minutes, you'll discover how chlorella, a single-celled freshwater algae, may gently support your body's natural ability to detoxify heavy metals like mercury, lead, and cadmium. Not through force, but through harmony. Not as a drug, but as a quiet ally. This isn't science fiction. It's photosynthesis meeting protection. It's nature's blueprint for renewal. So take a slow breath in, and let it out longer than you took it in. Let your shoulders soften. Let your screen blur just a little. You're not here to fix yourself. You're here to remember that your body already knows how to heal. It just needs the right companion. And tonight, that companion is green. Deep, vibrant, ancient green. Chlorella. Long before laboratories scanned algae under microscopes, indigenous communities along freshwater rivers watched how animals instinctively sought out green scum on calm ponds after illness. In Japan and Korea, where chlorella was first studied in the early 20th century, it was seen not as a supplement, but as a gift from still water. In the quiet after monsoons, villagers would gather near clean lakes and notice a faint emerald film shimmering on the surface. They called it Mizu no Midori, the green of water. Not something to fear, but something to respect. A sign of life renewing itself. Chlorella doesn't bloom in chaos. It thrives in stillness, in purity, in balance. And perhaps that's why it became known as a guardian, not of temples, but of the inner sanctuary, the bloodstream, the liver, the cellular terrain. Long before labs, people listened. And few plants whispered as softly as chlorella, a microscopic messenger from the oldest ecosystems on Earth, saying, "I can help you release what no longer serves you." Imagine an old herbalist's hands, cupped beneath a moonlit pond, collecting drops of green life into a clay bowl. Or a post-war Japan, facing food shortages, turning to this algae not for flavor, but for survival. Scientists at Kyoto University began cultivating it in the 1940s, hoping it could become a sustainable protein source during Reconstruction. Though it never replaced rice, it remained in the cultural memory as a quiet helper during times of scarcity and renewal. In Korean folk tradition, chlorella-rich ponds were sometimes called healing mirrors, because the water didn't just reflect your face, but your inner state. A clear pond meant a clear body. A murky one, a call to rest, cleanse, and return to balance. Chlorella was never glamorous, but it was always faithful. A green thread connecting ancient intuition to modern resilience. Modern science is now catching up to what tradition sensed. Chlorella's unique power lies in its cell wall, a tough, fibrous structure rich in compounds like chlorophyll, glutathione, and a special peptide called metallothionein. These aren't just buzzwords. They're molecular keys that may help bind heavy metals and escort them out of the body. A 2013 randomized, double-blind study published in Environmental Toxicology and Pharmacology found that participants who took 3 grams of chlorella daily for 90 days showed significantly increased urinary excretion of mercury and cadmium, without adverse effects. Their bodies weren't being forced. they were being supported. Researchers at the University of Toronto noted that chlorella's high chlorophyll content may interfere with the absorption of toxins in the gut, acting like a gentle sponge during digestion. Meanwhile, a 2020 review in Frontiers in Pharmacology highlighted chlorella's role in boosting glutathione, the body's master antioxidant, which plays a critical role in liver detox pathways. Additional research adds depth. A 2016 animal study from Korea demonstrated that chlorella supplementation reduced lead accumulation in the brain and bones by up to 60%, suggesting a potential protective effect on neural tissue. And in a small human trial conducted at the Southwest College of Naturopathic Medicine, participants with dental amalgams showed improved mercury clearance when combining chlorella with modified citrus pectin. It's also worth noting chlorella's nutrient density, packed with B vitamins, iron, and omega-3s, which may indirectly support detox by nourishing energy metabolism and reducing oxidative stress. Detoxification isn't just about removal, it's about resilience. Importantly, studies suggest chlorella may support the body's natural detoxification processes, especially in those exposed to environmental pollutants. It does not remove all toxins or cure metal poisoning, but it shows promise as a daily ally in a world where exposure is often unavoidable. As always, the language of science is cautious. The language of nature is patient, and chlorella speaks both. Disclaimer insert, spoken gently. This content is for educational purposes only. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Please consult your healthcare provider before using any herbal remedy, especially if you are pregnant, nursing, taking medication, or have a medical condition. Chlorella isn't brewed like tea. It's taken, a small, conscious act of self-care, repeated daily. But that doesn't mean it lacks ritual. Choose a broken cell wall chlorella. This is essential. The tough outer shell must be cracked open for your body to access its nutrients. Look for brands that use gentle processing, like low-pressure or enzymatic methods, to preserve its delicate compounds. The standard dose in most studies, 3 to 5 grams per day, often split into 2 servings. Take it with water, or blend it into a morning smoothie with banana, flaxseed, and a squeeze of lemon. The citric acid may enhance metal mobilization, while the fiber supports elimination. But before you swallow, pause. Hold the capsule or powder in your palm. Breathe in. Say quietly, "Thank you for helping me let go." In Japan, some still take chlorella with a small bow to the morning sun, a gesture of reciprocity. You don't need to bow, but you can honor the moment. Let it steep, not in water, but in your awareness, for 10 seconds. Not just because science recommends consistency, but because your soul needs that pause. Consider using a handmade ceramic cup, even for powder. The texture, the weight, the slight imperfection, these ground the act in humanity. Some traditions suggest taking chlorella at sunrise or just after a light meal, when the digestive fire is awake but not overwhelmed. And if you feel a slight green aftertaste, don't rush to mask it. That's the taste of photosynthesis, of sunlight stored, of earth remembering you. Optional additions: a pinch of spirulina for added protein and synergy, a drop of chlorophyll liquid to amplify detox support, always with food, to minimize digestive sensitivity. This isn't a quick fix. It's a daily whisper. I'm clearing space for clarity, for energy, for light. And over weeks, that whisper becomes a rhythm that aligns you with the quiet pulse of renewal. Chlorella is powerful, but not for everyone. Because it may stimulate the immune system, those with autoimmune conditions like lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, or multiple sclerosis should consult a practitioner before use. It's also not recommended during pregnancy or breastfeeding unless supervised by a qualified provider due to limited safety data. Chlorella is high in vitamin K, which can interfere with blood thinners like warfarin. If you're on anticoagulants, speak with your doctor. Sudden changes in vitamin K intake can affect INR levels. Rare side effects may include green stools, harmless, mild bloating, or increased sun sensitivity, likely due to chlorophyll's photoreactive nature. These usually subside within days as your body adjusts. Start with 1 gram daily and gradually increase over 2 weeks to assess tolerance. Now, for synergy. Chlorella plus cilantro, a classic detox duo. A pilot study from the HeartMath Institute observed enhanced mercury excretion when both were used together, possibly because cilantro mobilizes metals from tissues while chlorella binds them in the gut. Chlorella plus milk thistle supports liver phase 1 and 2 detox pathways. Milk thistle protects liver cells with silymarin, while chlorella helps shuttle metals out through bile and stool. Chlorella plus probiotics. Emerging research from UC Davis suggests gut health is central to detox. A balanced microbiome may improve chlorella's effectiveness by maintaining intestinal barrier integrity and reducing reabsorption of toxins. Crucially, avoid taking chlorella within 2 hours of medications. It may bind pharmaceuticals just as it binds metals, reducing their absorption. Remember, nature is powerful. Honor her strength with respect. Start low. Go slow. Listen deeply. This isn't about cleansing aggressively. It's about returning to balance, one green breath at a time. And sometimes, the wisest act of healing is patience. Now, let your eyes close or soften your gaze. Let the lo-fi beat fade into the distance, like ripples on a still pond. Hear the gentle rain outside, the whisper of leaves, the quiet crackle of a faraway hearth. Imagine a single drop of water. Inside it, one chlorella cell, alive, breathing, photosynthesizing light into life. Now imagine that drop entering your body, not as a pill, not as a task, but as a promise. Feel it move through your digestive tract, gentle, green, full of quiet intelligence. It meets your gut lining, soft as moss on stone. It binds what no longer belongs, not with force, but with grace. Mercury from old fillings, lead from city dust, cadmium from distant smoke, all held, not shamed but escorted, toward release. With every exhale, you let go a little more. Your liver hums softly, a green-gold filter, working in rhythm with your breath. Your kidneys cleanse, like mountain streams after rain. Your cells sigh in relief. You are not toxic. You are tending. And in this tending, you reclaim your lightness. Feel your hands warming, your jaw unclenching, your thoughts slowing, like leaves settling on still water. Now, imagine roots growing from the soles of your feet, down into rich dark soil. And from your crown, a green tendril reaching towards soft moonlight. You are held, above and below. Chlorella flows through you like a quiet current, not erasing your past, but softening its edges. There is no rush here. No need to do detox. You are simply being supported. Let your breath deepen. Let your body soften. Let go, just a little more. Stay here as long as you need. The algae is already working, and so are you. Just breathe. Green, still, free. Chlorella doesn't shout. It doesn't promise miracles. It simply offers a quiet green hand, helping you release what weighs you down, so you can rise lighter. In a world saturated with noise and toxins, this tiny algae reminds us, healing can be microscopic and mighty. If Chlorella's gentle strength resonated with you tonight, wait until you meet holy basil, the adaptogen that helps you breathe again. There, you'll discover how an ancient leaf can calm your nervous system like a slow exhale at dusk. If this moment served you, if you felt even a sliver of stillness, share it with someone who carries invisible weight. Leave a comment below. What did you feel? What are you ready to release? And if you're new here, welcome. Subscribe for more quiet revolutions, more plant whispers, more science wrapped in moonlight. May the spirit of Chlorella wrap around you like a blanket woven from sunlight, still water, and deep green trust. You are not alone. You are being tended, and you are already clean enough. Thank you for being here. Now, go gently.